We're back, people, and today we're going to film on Troy Franklin, Oregon wide receiver for the 2024 NFL draft class. And he is a unique, special type of talent with his combination of like length and movement skills. You don't see many players like him at this with his type of skill set, especially at the next level. But I think he translates really well. I think, after that big three of like Harrison Jr., Neighbors, Odunze, I feel like Franklin's in that, running right now for wide receiver 4, at least for me. Like with him, Brian Thomas Jr., I really like A.D. Mitchell, Ladd McConkey as well. I really love all those players. There's some other guys that are there too, but just not as high for me personally. But watching Franklin, his release package is really, really nice. He's improved at this a lot going into these seasons. He understands like the timing, the pace of these routes. He does a good job like lulling the DB to sleep here with like this patient release off the line. Guy isn't able to get physical here, and he slow plays it, boom, stab to the inside, and that explosiveness just to climb past him. Huge stride length, like that kind of play, like not many comps, but I feel like the release, at least the specific play, is kind of like Devontae Smith-esque with the long stride length. His length is kind of similar in that way, and he just has a level of explosiveness, but he can also change directions. It's not just pure straight line speed acceleration type of player. Just a lot of things to like. I think overall, looking at this past season, he showed a lot of improvement with his releases. His route running has shown more nuance, timing to it, which is big. Still the great athlete. He also added a little bit to his frame because he's a little on the thinner side. I don't think he'll ever have like a huge frame. Like he's got the height to him and the length. But the frame, well, I think he'll struggle a little bit with like, I think first press, he could still struggle with the guys who are like super physical press, bump and run type of corners. That like his play strength is pretty average. Those are some things I think he can still struggle with. Sometimes after the catch, he tries to turn into a runner too quickly, which could lead to some drops. But that's not like a super major issue. I think he can work on it. He'll make some contested catches as well. But a lot of things to like in this Troy Franklin skill set. Very, very unique player, and I feel like he's gonna sneak into that first round conversation. More area we're just gonna see Franklin's movement skills. This time not working on that slot fade, but the ability to flip his hips, stop, change directions. Guys of his size should not be able to move like this. There's a lot of guys in this class that are bigger, like so many different types of skill sets, by the way. But there's a lot of guys that are on like the lengthier side, maybe not the thickest side, but move insanely well. And Franklin is one of them. I think he might have the best speed of the bunch too. And just sit on this, work back, catch the ball with your hands, immediately turn into a threat after the catch, make a guy miss, flip your hips, change direction, get back out, and then stop. Like the stop and start ability, he's able to pretty much stop completely here and then instantly accelerate around this guy, picking up yards. Those movement skills are just ridiculous. Very exciting to watch, and I just feel like this type of stuff is what really translates well to the next level. You see a lot of receivers that played like this in college that are able to have some success at the NFL. So I feel pretty strongly about Franklin's chances at the next level. Here's a job of avoiding the hands too, but when they're able to get hands on him, that's when he starts to slow down. But his releases are really, really like solid, really good timing to them. He doesn't usually waste a ton of time. Like we saw in that slot fade, when he has a little more time, he sets things up. But here, he gives one little hesitation and then split release, boom. That's all he has to do. This is what you're going to do a lot at the next level. It's just boom, slight foot fire, split the guy. Look at him just stack over this guy. Pure speed. Track this ball, and I feel like he tracks the ball pretty well. The next level, I think he's definitely going to excel, at least on a vertical plane. I think his whole route tree could still be expanded. It's not like perfect as of yet, but from the improvements I saw from him as a release in route running guy, going from that last season to this season, it was a lot. So I do feel like he's a guy that can play at a pretty high level and like improve his game as well. Here we got Franklin at the bottom of the screen. Just another example of him getting off the ball super quick. Like these guys really struggle with him. Just a quick split release. This time, not even like the little hesitation into it. It's just that first step off the line, and he's already into a split release. He gets super wide. You can see the bend in his lower half, and he instantly is able to accelerate, get around. He uses the hand fighting as well. And he's just so explosive. This guy's not able to get hands on him at all. And a guy should not be able to move that well. And the ball's even underthrown a little bit. Come back and attack it. Make it, more of a contested catch. Winning off the line like that, super impressive. And then also winning the end zone. I think he can be a pretty solid red zone threat. I wouldn't say he's like, your typical jump ball guy, but he can make some tough catches. It's just more of a guy that can move and create separation. That's where, like, he is going to make his money. Another example of him facing a little bit of a softer press this time, just getting off the ball, the releases. He just makes everything very smooth. He's able to stack over the top, ball underthrown a little bit, and he's still able to make a tough catch within that end zone. Just super good stuff. Watch him get off the line here. Everything timed together, and it just, boom. It's all fluid. It's all one movement, and he just able to set this up. He basically when you run these split release, you're able to square them up, and it gives yourself just a two-way go, and it's a release where you don't have to waste a ton of time, so the route can still stay within your timing. Everything is good, and you're able to get to your landmark, avoid, getting rerouted from your hands, and then you're just able to accelerate past and then get back on your landmark, stack over the top of this guy, and now he's able to, win this. Sees the ball thrown to the inside. It's slightly underthrown, so the guy's able to catch up, but he still makes a tough catch down the field. Those are not easy catches to make, so that's nice to see, and those are, all over his film. Bottom of the screen, we see him a lot just work on a vertical plane. Here we get to see, 3rd and 13, running, more of a, bang aid or glance type of route, slants. You want to see him, expand the route tree, but just catch this ball in stride, give you a little bit something at the top, and now just speed. Look how he makes this safety look really stupid, honestly. This is how he's a big threat on the field. He gives a little bit of a hesitation there. Yard to catch. He gets him to turn around, and then boom, just pure speed to run past him. They're not catching him. He's a long strider, but he also has quick acceleration. It's a very nice combo of athletic traits that Troy Franklin possesses. Starting to get some more different looks. The team in Portland State, they're in zone coverage here. They're showing a press off the line, and then he just gets into the end zone. Just really good stuff. Nice to see him, making some other big plays on tape. Thinks he might get pressed here. Solid release, dips his shoulder, avoid, get to the inside, find the soft spot versus the zone. I think he's pretty overall decently, shows some decent intelligence out there, catches the ball, and now he knows this guy was going to be on his outside leverage but probably attack, and he just shows great feel here to then transition, make this guy miss. This is a big anticipatory thing after the catch is a huge part of the next level. How people get a lot of yak has less to do with their athleticism and more to do with knowing where the defender is going to be, and you're anticipating, and you able to make that first move and then acting upon your athleticism, pick your feet up, get into the end zone. Those are all very nice plays. Then we got Franklin here in the slot. Just another example. I want to see him do this type of stuff. I think he can work slot inside, outside type of player, but this is stuff I want to see as well from your receiver. Just, not always just beating man-to-man. You got to be able to beat pure man-to-man. Those things are important in your releases, your route running. But sometimes you're just going to face some zone. You're going to have a linebacker will end up over you. He's going to let you release the inside. You're going to find this soft spot. You're going to make yourself an easy target for your receiver. Just pick it up, get upfield, pick up a few yards after the catch. Make things easy. That stuff happens often at the next level, and as receiver, you got to be able to do it. And not a lot of guys can do the easy stuff, and that's how sometimes they never see the field. Last play that we're going to break down here for Troy Franklin at the bottom of the screen. Guy bails out of this. He's able to open up, work back on that vertical plane, break a tackle. He just moves so insane. His movement skills are so impressive. Let me go back to this play real quick. Just a lot of things to like. Guy shows that he might press, then he bails out of it. Guy tries to turn back into it. He accelerates, sticks that foot on the ground. He does a really good job changing those directions, getting in and out of his breaks very quickly. Kind of tough to see because it's getting blocked a little bit, but yeah, then work back towards the ball, catch the ball with his hands, anticipate where the guy's going to come, so he's off of his feet, try to make him miss, work through a tackle. It's nice because I don't think he has the greatest play strength, contact balance type of thing, but he shows a little bit of a toughness. He at least fights for those extra yards. He's going to do enough there. He gets most of his yards after catch, just making guys miss and then accelerating past him, but nice to see him breaking a tackle, then work upfield, brace for contact, and then carry, guys for a few more yards. All of those things, nice to see. I'm a big fan of Troy Franklin's game. I feel like he translates well to the next level. I could easily see him being the wide receiver 4 in this class. For me, I still am a little undecided. He's probably wide receiver 5 for me. I might have Brian Thomas Jr. 4, and then I'm still up because all those guys have really intriguing skill sets. A lot of guys to like within this class, but yeah, I really like Franklin. This wide receiver class is so good. There's only a few guys where I saw him I'm just not as high on them. Probably Tez Walker or Keon Coleman. Still like them, but don't absolutely love them for where I see them in the draft class. But yeah, Troy Franklin, big fan. Can't wait to see where he ends up going in the class, because I think if he ends up in the right situation, he can become a top receiver in the league. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace.